It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
I don't wanna get up out of bed.
Really ain't want to get up out of bed this morning, man. But
Everything you're doing, night and day.
Had to get to work. I suggest you do the same. Check.
Handle my business like Kyrie Irving, like Kentucky Derby. I be pressing for, crossing over like the sham guard, making moves like it's dance hall, doing numbers like it's Sam Carr, but a rim like I'm Vince Carter. 8-ball in the corner pocket from the space age. I just pimp hard. Presidential with the campaign, got these shouties digging for the plantain, cooking up like I'm Van Rains, sauce dripping like a canteen. Rappers be dying of thirst. I sent them shots, now they dying to work, shining like diamonds straight out of the dirt. Approach me with caution like baller alert. Chasing my nominal fees, I'm prodigal, gotta get cheese like domino's pizza. I just deliver the product, I dot my eyes, I cross my T's. Yo, everybody want the recipe, high security, no one get next to me, cutting them off like a vasectomy. Muzzle your dogs, they not in my pedigree. I am longevity, I am integrity, taking my time. I just move steadily, stick to my vibe, protecting my energy, stay with the iron. Don't metal detecting me, all of my enemies gotta get out of my way. Looking for beef is a time and a place. Nigga like me tryna hop in the raid, they caught me a watch when I'm time in the face. I don't wanna get up out of bed,
But I gotta get the money.
everything you're doing, not in dead.
Damn thing funny.
Never gon' wait on my bag. Gotta get right, gon' pop my tag. Tryna live life, ain't worried about flash. When the rent due, can't put it on tab. I don't wanna get up out of bed,
But I gotta get the money.
everything you doing, not in dead.
Ain't a damn thing funny.
Never gon' wait on my bag. Gotta get right, gon' pop my tag. Tryna live life, ain't worried about flash. When the rent due, can't put it on tab.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. Before we get started with the bullshit, all right, I want to just give a big shout out to Dime a Dozen, who is actually live on Curtis King's channel right now. They're talking about the No Music Cypher, which I believe will be out on Friday. That cypher includes myself. It includes Curtis King. It includes Keto Abashi. It includes Chilla Jones. It includes Screwface John. And who else is on there real quick before and Jeremy Hecht. How did I forget? Jeremy Hecht. Shout out to Jeremy. If you were in my Patreon live on Saturday where we listened to these two ladies we're discussing in this video, we listened to Invasion of Privacy versus the Pink Print, based on Jeremy Heck saying that the Pink Print is better than both of Cardi's albums. Y'all know that I brought him up, shouted him out. I told y'all that I was gonna send him a DM to let him know that he was fucking tripping. I absolutely sent him that DM. We spoke. And maybe in sometime in the near future, me and Jeremy might actually work on some content. We did discuss it, you know what I'm saying? And perhaps next time he's in Atlanta, I'll link up with him or something, you know, maybe be lunch or something. We'll see. But shout out to everybody on the No Music Cypher with Dime a Dozen, because that's coming out in just a couple days. Now, let's get to the bullshit. Okay? So y'all know we've been covering this Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj situation for the last few days. Things have definitely reached the height of the beef, or should I say the low of the beef, because they took it to fucking hell last night. They were already hitting each other with low blows, but this is probably some of the worst shit that I've seen in a minute. And this is coming from both parties, from Cardi B and from Nicki Minaj. All right. So if you came to this video thinking that we were going to just have a little tea party and nobody was going to receive blame, you damn sure thought you came to the wrong channel, because we're going to serve out a bit of truth serum on both sides as we go through what's been said between these two ladies, all right? Now, Nicki Minaj rekindled this thing last night. They already had shit going on Monday night. We covered that. Everything was going smooth. I came on here, I played the video, I went through all the shit, the Ice Spice, the Lotto, the JT, we talked about it. And just hours after that video was ended, Nicki Minaj came back and said, I ain't done. And when she reintroduced herself, she was already in the flame, right? She was already standing in hell by the time she came back. She was on demon time when she came back. Cardi B came, matched that energy, and everything went scorched earth from there. Okay? Now, the shots have even continued into this afternoon. So it's a lot to keep up with. And I had to go ahead and take screenshots and make a kind of a PowerPoint presentation out of everything that I was able to retrieve. I'm sure some shit is still missing, but I'm going to give y'all the best roundup that I possibly can, a little bit maybe out of order based on just the way that I had to get all this shit. But just about everything that's been said will be covered here, and we're going to address each statement on their own merit. And you know what I mean? In the sequence of this back and forth between Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. And as of where it stands, for me, there really is no winner. Both of them are losing. Both of them are taking shots at each other's kids. I'm not, again, I don't know how you feel. I can't stand for that. I can't co-sign none of it. No matter who you like, who you choose in the war, I think there should be some level of respect when it comes to the kids and them not being disparaged along the way because their parents can't seem to get their shit together. So I'm gonna go ahead and lead with that. Now let's get to the shits. So here we are in my PowerPoint presentation here. And what we have is a series of tweets coming from Nicki Minaj. All right. So here we have it. She states, is I'm the Barney B and the flop? Is I'm lying about fertility when the queen has never once seen or spoken to a fertility doctor in her life? Is I'm the one sleeping with Trade while hubby fucking Sweetie and taking my big gooey hole for alimony? Is I'm going to be sued when the queen show her medical records to the courts? Oh, Rock Bottom Nation, we win again. Desiree, I have your medical records too. So she's threatening to sue Rock Nation, perhaps Cardi B. And she says that she has medical records of Desiree Perez, which I don't even understand what that would entail. How you have it, that would be a HIPAA violation. So I don't know how you think you can sue somebody while simultaneously breaking the law to obtain information about a person. And I don't see how you can possibly try to sue somebody for defamation or slander when you're actively participating on defamation and slander on multiple people. Okay? Your boy Drake ain't faring so well in the preliminaries of his trial preparation due to the same shit. But I'll digress on that because that's not the subject of the video. She says the lawyer said we're going to have Barney B homeless within 36 months. Praise God, lucky we eating cake right now. Barney B, I know you don't know this, but some women plan their pregnancies, you dirty Heineken pussy twat. We don't let niggas fuck us while we pregnant for the next Trade who got 4 other people pregnant. And for people who may not know what Trade is, I believe that is, was it a DL? So we're getting some slurs. I guess you could call it slurs within the LGBTQ community. She said, you see, the devil has come to collect. You sold your soul. You made a pact, but you lost. Now here it is. You have been neutralized in the mighty name of Jesus. How dare you put Jesus' name in this? Every word you speak on me or mine will now curse your enablers more than your dizzy brain could ever fathom. Excuse me, there's more. She says, I was pregnant from my first love. That's disgusting. when you know who she's talking about, the convicted rapist. Got married and the next year got pregnant for my soulmate. Ugh. On purpose. You see, Barney, we planned it. Your medical records in the strip club to now look embarrassing, and your father, welp. Anyway, she's still alluding to medical records as if she would have access to Cardi B's. You're about to shrivel up and die inside. You called black women monkeys and roaches. Now one day people will call your daughters monkeys and roaches. Anyway, I used double the protection in every relationship until I was ready. So perhaps birth control and condoms. See the difference between a hoe and the queen. To your right here, it says Barney B. Tell him how you been getting seizures from the knot. Oh, bitch, tomorrow. Okay? So she's making the claim, which can, I'm sure, be seen as defamation or slanderous language, trying to say that Cardi B has been suffering from seizures since the fight that she got in with Raw Ali, because let's be clear, Nicki Minaj wasn't nowhere to be found. Her fans then say, can we drag again or are we still on blackout? Nicki Minaj says y'all got 15 minutes, green light. 15 minutes done turned into 15 motherfucking hours. Ain't that about a motherfucking... Ugh. Furthermore, she says, also let me say this. Though I have never had fertility issues, it's not something to be used as a drag. Until you know the women who are actually living that pain, blaming themselves, we can only imagine and pray for them, love them, uplift them, not use these women as a punchline. As we can see to the far right here, it starts at the bottom. Cardi B says, girl, it's your son's birthday. Why are you on Twitter dedicating essays to me? For the love of God, go to Chuck E. Cheese. Okay? And I think that's actually a pretty valid question being posed from Cardi B. As you're celebrating your son's birthday, why are you dedicating time for drama with somebody who you really don't know? Like, y'all have been carrying a beef with each other for 7 years and don't really know each other. How many times have y'all actually met or seen each other in real life? 10? 10 times in the last 8 years? Cardi B says, when have I ever had a seizure? You the one that went on that award show saying you ain't want to call 911 after you was shaken from that drug overdose. Wow. Talking about a knot, miss, I'm standing right here. So Cardi B says once again, she alludes and says, yo, you wasn't getting active. The one time we actually had to really get to it, you was standing in the corner. You wasn't trying to get none of the smoke. So why are you still bragging about this situation when you were not actively participating in what's going down? She follows up, it's 6 o'clock in LA. You must have took your first line of the day. So here we are with even more allegations of drug use, which a lot of people seem to believe that Nicki Minaj is on drugs. I don't know what the fuck her problem is. If she is, I hope she is to get better. Find help. There is help out there. But I don't ever say that she is because I do not know. I just know that this is some disgusting language being hurled in both directions. Cardi B says, like, damn, how you pressed over an album you ain't got hit in or mentioned in? Bitch feelings hurt because I ain't paid her no attention. You haven't even cut your fucking kid cake. My God, it's 6 o'clock in LA. Okay, you must have took your first line of the day. So I had that a bridge there, but now we have the full. Cardi B also says, and let me tell you something. Let this be the last time you mention my kids before I spill the tea on yours while you talking about ABCs. You gonna leave me the fuck alone today, ho? I'm sick of you, bitch. So remember, Nicki Minaj was doing all of those tweets, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You got the stank coochie and all that shit. So Cardi B says, "Hey, while you talking about ABCs, we could get to some early stage learning as it pertains to the babies. Because remember, Nicki Minaj keeps alluding to her being pregnant, falling off the charts, having unprotected sex, all this stuff. So there's a bit of kid talk brewing. Nicki Minaj, on the other hand, she says, also, I know y'all don't like taking my advice until it's too late, but don't listen to that music. Here she is telling the fans, her fans specifically, not to listen to Cardi B's Am I the Drama. She said it has been dipped in evil spirits and their sole purpose is to unleash the spirit of drama in you, in your lives. We rebuke it back to the pits of hell. It shall not stand. Delete it. As if deleting it is going to really help if they paid for it. And what about all the drama you've been bringing all fucking year? What about the FBI tagging and all that bullshit? What about the shit with TDE? What about the shit with Rock Nation? What about the shit with Megan Thee Stallion? What about you know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the spirit of drama? It seems like it's alive and well in your motherfucking ass. All right? But as I stated before, I do not agree with either of these people talking about each other's children. So here we have we have Nicki Minaj, some more Nicki tweets. She says, Culture, you a roach and a monkey, like your sister. Nicki Minaj talking to Cardi B's children. Culture, we know for sure. She comes back, says, Cokie B, please don't sniff coke with baby number 4-5. Word to Carlos. She continues, Culture, a vulture, and her mama's a crow. So stupid to not see once Wendy ate that crow, what happened? They played you to do that hex to yourself, you flop ass, heavy tongue hoe. Is the flop in the room with us? Whether you do 228 or 200,000, is the flop in the room with us? Because at this point, JT's not in the room, Ice Spice not in the room, so is the flop in the room? Okay? I'll get to the other piece in a moment. Here she says, once again, album flopped. Where was the flop? She says, pussy flopped. Trying to call Cardi B ran through, which we've only known her to be with two guys in the last, 8-9 years. Never want to fight. Outrank you in your own game. Shut the fuck up, come fight. Now, y'all inform me, because I don't know. I see people saying that Cardi B used to post footage of her and Hennessy getting in fights in the Bronx. I never seen none of that footage. I wasn't locked in on her in those earlier stages of whatever she had on her come up. So y'all can let me know if she was just getting beat up all the time. But we've never seen Nicki Minaj in any sort of physical altercation. Not to say that we should have, by the way, because I don't think neither one of them should be out here provoking physical fights or anything. But if you're going to mention it, then you must have some type of history that we don't know about that you want to stand on. She says, sympathy baby couldn't pull 228K. Abort mission. And of course, that's a double. Abort mission as in stop trying to overtake my win. And of course, also alluding to Cardi B's pregnancy. Abort mission. Nicki Minaj says, do something. We in New York. Heavy on it. So she's not in LA at the house. She says they are in New York. She then says, Culture Vulture, you ugly too. So she literally came out and called Cardi B's child ugly and a roach and a monkey. Okay. Now we have Poetic Flacco here, who I typically would not acknowledge, but Nicki Minaj decided to repost his post where he states Cardi B is a liar. She leaked that audio dissing Lotto and attacking Ice Spice. Atlantic Records only able to claim the audio as copyright protected content if they were the originators of the audio and in possession of the original version of the audio. They have a huge lawsuit on their end if they are not originators and they're fraudulently claiming the audio and taking revenue from creators. Okay? Now, Poetic Flacco, you're lying. Okay? And the reason why I believe Poetic Flacco is lying is because I work in the YouTube streets. And it clearly states, even in his screenshot, you can't see it very clearly, that the video was blocked. They did not enforce revenue share. It's blocked. If you were taking money from creators, then they would be saying, hey, we need a cut of your money. But what he's alluding to is the fact that they were blocking people's videos that contain that audio. My video got blocked yesterday as well. And WMG, which is the parent company of Atlantic, claimed the audio. Now, I've covered numerous songs on my channel. I've tried to endeavor to play songs on the channel. Remember when the Joey Badass thing was active? Him and Ray Vaughn going back and forth. They were dropping their songs on YouTube and Twitter and shit like that. They weren't copyright claiming their own music. But then some of that music had to be snipped later. Some people came to the videos after the fact and was like, damn, where the songs at? Well, that was because random ass Doolittle motherfuckers decided, I'm going to claim Joey Badass song or Ray Vaughn song and I'm going to put it up on Spotify under my weak ass rinky dink name. So when the creators react to it, they're either going to have to share a portion of the YouTube revenue with me or they're going to have to take it out. And I complained about that shit numerous times. Other reactors and creators on the space have also complained about that. So that just goes to show you that literally anybody can claim just about any audio from anything if they take the time out to register it through a music distribution company and register it via Content ID. Content ID is one of the biggest scams in all of fucking content creation and music as I speak, excuse me. So we don't know for sure who the originator of the audio is, but Atlantic, I believe, claimed it because they're trying to get a hold on it getting out there. Cardi B said she apologized to Lotto. She put a public apology out there, and she also said that she was going to give her a private apology and buy her a bag. So it seems that the label was trying to halt that audio from getting out, which the audio is of their artist, Cardi B, her vocals, her likeness in the audio. So I think they have some level of legal claim to it, although they may not be the originators of it. Right? But nonetheless, it ain't that fucking deep for him to be talking. You know what I mean? But he's out here dog whistling for a reaction. Anyway. So Nicki says, leaked it once Barney B started trending. Allegedly, Papa first party over. He got 4 more to go. Let's go, ho. Drop the receipts. Rico Nation, Desiree, you sent Jigga Man broke, huh? So now she's trying to say that Jay-Z is broke. In what universe? She says, get this bitch before I get in on y'all families also. Tonight happens to be the fucking night. So she threatened to get at Desiree Perez family and Jay-Z family, which of course by proxy is Beyonce family. Y'all think that's gonna happen? Now, as it pertains to the roach and monkey thing, right? Because I know a lot of Nicki Minaj's fans, they like to say, well, they say, well, Cardi was the one who called people monkeys and roaches first. Okay? Do I think that calling anybody a monkey or a roach is okay? No. Do I believe that it was racially motivated? Not necessarily. If you call one black person a name, does that mean that you believe all black people are that? No. Right? I believe that Nicki Minaj is a deplorable human. Does that mean I believe all black women are deplorable humans? No. Just that one. Do I believe that Cardi B is dead ass wrong? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't fucking change in the context of things. Both of them can be wrong. Anyway, let's continue because there's so much more to get to. This is only just a little bit of the drama. Excuse me, guys. This is only a portion of the shit. So then Nicki Minaj says, Barney and Bailey, Jay-Z, take off that fucking lace front. So she's alluding that Jay-Z's locks are fake. We've heard 50 Cent also say this before. So here is where Cardi B decides to go very fucking low. And before I even repeat what she said, she's dead ass wrong in this shit too. She gonna have to accept accountability for this shit too. Both of them are probably raging and not giving a fuck what it is that they saying, but both of them are gonna have to sit back and take accountability for making this public spectacle in front of the world. This shit is embarrassing. This shit is disgusting. This shit is not cool from either party. I don't give a fuck who you got. So Cardi B says, bitch, you been having cum stains in your mouth since you was a minor. Cause your daddy used to molest you, man. I don't know nothing about none of that. If that's part of her story that somehow skipped over me, I'm kind of glad it did. Cause I don't know shit about that. She says, tell the world that's why you wake up so fucking miserable, cause you hurt and full of trauma and trying to apply it to everybody else. And why the fuck you keep bringing up Rock Nation? I'm not signed to them, you delusional, paranoid, coke-sniffing bitch. Okay? So she said, you keep bringing up Rock Nation. You keep putting me in the conversation with them. I'm not signed to them. You know, some people were trying to say that because Cardi B stopped at Rock Nation during the album rollout, that she must be signed to them. They could be in talks of potential management shift because Rock Nation as a label is no longer a thing. It's only Rock Nation distribution. Cardi B is not an independent artist that will be able to take advantage of Rock Nation as a distribution company. But the label side of the company has completely folded. If you've noticed, artists that used to be on Rock Nation have either been releasing music through Rock Nation distribution, or they've become completely independent entities, such as Vic Mensa releasing his music through Even, Rhapsody releasing her music via vinyls and tapes and not putting it on streaming. Like, they're no longer a label. Their label division is gone. Now, they will do a distribution deal, but that's its own thing. Mostly just management. We'll continue. Cardi says, Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoons. Jesus. Because your mom couldn't put the drugs down. I'm sorry your mom not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she a obsessed and dark-spirited hating hoe. I'm so sorry. I don't like none of this shit. I don't like her talking to Papa Bear in this fashion either. I don't know what's going on with Papa Bear. I know a lot of people have tried to say that they believe that he may be autistic or have some sort of special needs. I don't know that to be true. Therefore, I never speak on it, and that's definitely not something I'm going to laugh at. She says, trying to call me out to fight because I'm pregnant as fuck. Now that part I do find interesting, that you challenge somebody to a fight when you know they pregnant. What happens when pregnancy is over? Are you still going to be on that square? I do find that part interesting, but we shall continue. She says, you never have that energy when I see you in person. I seen you at 2 Met Galas and you never have that energy, but where the fuck you at? My niggas is outside right now. Where the fuck y'all at? And I'm going to go ahead and say this to Cardi B. You are good and pregnant. You can't hide it no more. The last thing you need to be trying to do is involve yourself in a physical altercation that could jeopardize you or your unborn's life or health. That would be extremely irresponsible. And if anything were to happen to you or that child because you're trying to get involved in a fight, it would be 100,000% your fault. Okay? That's what it is. Cardi continues. She said, bitch, you wish you could call my daughter ugly. Culture is beautiful and you know that. Your hate is so deep, dark, and nasty because your son nonverbal because you fucked him up with them drugs. So you jealous of everybody kids and their happiness. Bitch, where the fuck you at? Stop talking. Again, some shit I ain't gonna co-sign. Okay? And I don't know if Papa Bear is nonverbal. Just because I've never seen him speak don't mean he's nonverbal. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck's going on. And even if he is, that ain't nothing to laugh at. It ain't nothing to joke about because that is a challenge that people face in real life with their kids. There's adults that are nonverbal. It's not nothing to joke about. Here we're back with more Nicki Minaj. She says, Barney Dangerous, Bodega Barney, what up? Your sister could get that chest caved in if you pregnant with another monkey or roach right now. I'm just saying for entertainment purposes only. I cannot co-sign that. I don't give a fuck what happened in yesteryear. Calling somebody's child a monkey or a roach to prove a point or to get one up on them or to try to prove your supremacy as the queen of rap. I'm not rolling. I don't give a fuck. Barney B had the whole label fly out to Cali to beg me to do a joint tour and album with her. I don't want to have to drop that recorded call. That's why all the sabotage on my tour. Here she go again. You had all this success on your tour. Biggest tour you have of all time, in your words. We did it, y'all. Tour's over. Now she want to say they sabotaged it. Drop the receipts, dumb bitch. You costing them millions with your $4 album and $5 coupon. Okay? Now, when you say that she had the whole label fly out to Cali to beg you to do a joint tour and album, I just got to be honest here. I don't think she actually cares to do no music with you. I would love for that call to be put out. If Cardi B's not on that call, I'm not trying to hear that shit. A joint tour and an album, a reconciliation and a tour and an album, if they were to do that, I think that would have been a tremendous, whatever year that was, I think it would have been a tremendous story. Probably would have been the highest level of success that both of you would have encountered if y'all came together. Whatever y'all are doing solo, y'all would have probably doubled that if y'all were able to put the bullshit behind y'all. Let's be fucking clear. I said it in the past, y'all need to link up and goddamn, but shit done got a little too deep here. But please drop that recorded call, because we way too far in the game as of now to be making empty threats about some shit that you got. If you got it, present it, because y'all done said every fucking thing else. Please put the call out. Okay? So she then proceeds to retweet one of her fans. They say the concept of telling a superstar to drop her addy on social media. Cardi, pull up to New York and catch that fade. What the fuck you mean pull up to New York? How can you pull up to New York? Unless your ass in Delaware or Philadelphia or New Jersey. How am I just going to pull up to New York? I'm in New York. Nikki, where you at? Huh? Huh? And I know Cardi's in New Jersey, but like you cross state lines, you're in New York. Hey, I just crossed state lines. Let's fight. Huh? Do you mean New York City? Do you mean Queens? What borough? What city? What street? You know what I mean? Especially in New York, you got to be extremely specific. Stupid ass. Then she gonna say she's so stupid. Find me, bitch. How I'ma find you? I ain't stole you. I don't got none of your I don't got your phone. I don't got your iPad. I don't got your laptop. How am I just gonna find you? You know, some Carmen Sandiego shit here. Anyway, she says, remember y'all called cops on us last time? Made them tell us we had to leave NY because you and your man was afraid for y'all lives? Nah, ho, you wasn't even outside. Cut the bullshit. Your husband and his cronies was outside looking a goddamn fool. You wasn't even out there. Most of the people on the internet took up for you because they felt like he was making you look like a dust ball. I'm like, damn, what the hell is her husband doing? He's fucking up her name. Now you trying to claim it. Why? Drop the receipts, Barney B. You'll be eating out the garbage cans of the Bronx in the name of Jesus soon. She retweets another one of her fans. Cardi can't keep trying to play blah, blah, blah like it's Papa Bear's birthday when it was Culture's birthday. She was literally arguing on the Shade Room in Spaces. Nicki says, fuck the Vulture B-Day. So now we've got more from Cardi B. She says, you lying funky feet bitch. Nobody called the cops on you. Your dumbass bum-ass man went online talking shit and doing threats while he was on probation. Dummy. The shit got out immediately. In New York City, where police are always lurking. They was outside the fucking VMAs, wasn't it? Anyway, you was talking tough. Now you talking about find us. Drop the addy, you fake tough pussy bitch. I'm glad the addy wasn't dropped, because we don't need no problems. Cardi says, you said fuck Vulture what? Bitch, fuck that slow ass son that can't, I see this is stuff I can't get with, that came out your pussy. You was wishing so much negativity on me while I was pregnant, and look at your karma. Look what your rotten pussy produced. Now he a whole 5-year-old tiptoeing around the house and can't spell his name. OMFG. That ain't it, y'all. I understand taking shots at each other. I understand y'all don't like each other. I understand y'all will probably never be friends. This shit ain't it. She says, bitch, you want to talk about $4.99? You sold both your albums for $5, you dumb hoe. You was even selling poster and keychain bundles for your Queen album, you fucking dummy. And you know I never been a bitch to cop. Please, that was your friend Nitty hitting up Tubby to go on a fucking joint tour after he got out of jail. And this is where I will stop for a moment. Just put a pin on it. Just a quick pause for the cause. Now, Tubby is Cardi's manager or co-manager, because I think she has a couple. But when we talk about Nitty, this takes us back to Big Pump. Bump it up, Joe Budden. The nigga that never says anything about Nicki Minaj, he always keeps it cute. Won't ever say anything negative about her. Because Nitty is also linked in with Joe. If you go to Joe's earliest music, if you listen to a song called Focus, on the intro he says, Web, Nitty, Dollar. He was signed to a label called On Top, which was owned by Web and Nitty. The same Nitty who is linked in with Nicki Minaj. Because Web and Nitty are from Queens. If you know anything about Queens, Flip. He talks a lot about the Web and Nitty era, that whole On Top. You know what I'm saying? The Desert Storm era. Joe, Stack Bundles. A-Team, shout out to Ransom. All of these guys were associated, you know what I'm saying? And they were in the studio. Nicki come up through them too for a certain time period. So that just goes to show you why Joe never speaks, because he's locked in. They got the same OGs. Not to mention, her husband is locked in with them as well, do the old school Queens street business. Anyway, she says, I ain't never got on a phone call with none of y'all asses. So she says as her manager Tubby was communicating with Nitty, Cardi says, I never communicated about that shit ever. Okay? Furthermore, she says, bitch, you wish. And look how you be talking about Rock Nation, you ungrateful bitch. When they let you offer 3 months of title just so they could buy your album. She then posts screenshots of the $5 albums available via Nicki Minaj website. So while Nicki is out here trying to clown Cardi B for selling her album at a discounted rate of $4.99, she's saying you was also selling $5 albums for your shit, which I had been said because it was already out. But Cardi B decided to speak to it up front. Cardi then says, but stop all this talking. Where you at? You said you was going to cave my sister chest in. We checking our DMs and ain't seen it yet. Everybody up and waiting. Drop the addy right now, ho. So this is last night shit. We ain't even got to today shit. This is last night shit. Now let us get to today. Back to Nicki Minaj. So at the bottom, we're going to start at the bottom. Now we here. It says, Dear Culture Vulture, your mom is pregnant with another monkey to add to her litter. I don't agree with none of this shit. The gag is that she was jealous of a little baby boy simply because his hair was longer than all 4 of you bald monkeys put together. I don't see where any lack of hair is happening on any of y'all's children. Not your son, not her kids. I don't see where any lack of hair is happening. I believe most of her kids got cornrows and braids and very long hair. So what are you talking about? She says, Camel and Rat, we are not fazed by botted tweets and bots in the comments. Of course, Camel would be Jay-Z, Rat would be Desiree. That's precisely why you broke now. Desiree got filler since I said she ugly. Now she uglier. Oh, bitch. Camel, let's talk about your kids today. That's on the docket, nigga. So she threatens to also talk disparagingly about Jay-Z's kids, which would also be Beyonce's kids. Okay? She says, Shrump says face ass. We'll get to the Shrump shit in a second. Then she says, I'ma kick your gums back into formation. I believe that is aimed at Cardi. And then Nicki proceeds to retweet one of her fans that says, "Look at all the monkeys and roaches defending a Mexican that called him that." So now, not only are they alluding to Cardi's children as monkeys and roaches, they're now calling other people monkeys and roaches for saying that shit ain't right. Then proceed to call Cardi B a Mexican when it's very well known she is not Mexican. And this is a retweet on her page, meaning that she co-signed the statement. She wouldn't retweet it if she ain't co-signed that shit. She continues, "Dear Ramir," as in Ramir Satterthwaite, the nigga that claimed Jay-Z is dad, "I'm sorry that Camel framed you by putting things in your car, allegedly. I'm sorry he wanted you in prison the way he wants all his enemies. He's weak, ugly too, but I guess when you have money invested into the private prison system, welp, I don't know. This is all alleged." She then tweets Kathy White, whom Nicki Minaj and others have alleged that Jay-Z had some type of relationship with Kathy White and had her murdered or something like that. Some conspiracy shit that I haven't delved much into. She then proceeds to post Marge Simpson, Barney with lipstick and red bottoms, Jay-Z with a Sanford cut, and in this corner you can't see it, but that's Jay-Z with a pink wig crying with his money. We'll continue. She then proceeds to retweet another one of her fans that said Barney B has wished death on literally everyone she's ever beefed with. Wished AIDS death on a gay man, constantly makes homophobic remarks like the glitter bottom, called a dead black child a monk, oh, you mean monkey, not money, and the mother a roach. She has wished death on the father of her own children. Nicki Minaj says, Barney B has said she wishes she was dead even after beginning her litter of monkeys. Yikes, Vulture is bad for y'all. Continuing to refer to her child as Vulture. She then proceeds to tweet Aaliyah, R. Kelly. That's supposed to be a shot at Jay-Z. I don't see how Aaliyah or R. Kelly really pertains to Jay-Z like that, but you know, conspiracies. She then proceeds to shit on TMZ. Okay? So, here, it says, eat shit. You in the paperwork. You know what you did? Come eat my ass. I'm on my period. And you can see she quote tweeted TMZ that said, "Hey, Nicki Minaj, if you're available right now, we'd love to have you on TMZ Live to talk about this." She also says, Barb's, post a screenshot of what you're streaming. Of course, they streaming her music. What else would they be listening to? She also says, which one is your fave album? Pink Friday, The Pink Print, PF Roman Reloaded, Pink Friday 2. Well, I'll tell you, all four of them are trash. But that's just my opinion. TMZ then says, Harvey and the Rasta Man said, come chit chat at Nicki Minaj. So they really trying to get her to do an interview. She says, fuck you. Now back to Cardi B. She said, you said you're going to kick my child Gums back? Didn't you say you was in New York? This past words now. Where the fuck you at? Because today going to be the day I go to jail. She also says, here you go starting again. Nice and early, you sick, pathetic, loser-ass, demonic, insane bitch. I said it back in 2018 and nobody believed me that you've been talking about my child since I was pregnant. You've been jealous of my child. I had never mentioned or talked about your fucking kid. It's one thing to be jealous of me, but to be jealous of my kids is insane. You're jealous of my kids because they beautiful and fucking smart, and that's why God punished you with having a, oh wow, slow ass kid. She says you hate your child because you wish you could brag on him and his milestones, But the only thing you can brag on is hair, you fucking dummy. This ain't it. Now, I understand y'all got beef, y'all don't like each other, but the shit about the kids is especially low. If both of y'all were to lose brand deals, if both of y'all were to be sat down from your corporate interests, I would say it's fair game. Cause this shit is excessive. This verbiage that y'all are spewing at each other is the same type of verbiage, really, that got Kanye canceled. It's hate. Whether you want to say it's not, oh, but this isn't anti-Semitic. Same difference. It's hate. It's hate speech aimed at children. That shit is not excusable. I don't give a fuck who you like. And truthfully, Cardi has much more to lose on that end if we're going to keep it all the way straightforward. Cardi B's the one that has 100,000 endorsements. In her final tweet, she says, "Dear Onika Tanya Mirage." She doesn't call her Nicki. She doesn't call her by her stage name. She gave credit to her real name. She says, "This is my last time responding to you because this past Twitter now. I gotta see you. But first, I'm going to tell you truth. You said out your own mouth that the little girl and you haven't forgave your mother yet, and that's because your mom used to say stay silent when your dad used to touch on you every time he did that crack pipe. Again, y'all have to inform me if that's true. I know you experienced a lot of trauma and abuse, but drugs is not going to help you. You need to go to therapy now. I'm going to let you know this today. Your husband is not stopping you from your actions because he lets you do drugs all day to numb you so he can max out your credit card." Jesus. Yeah, you think I don't know? Them Queens niggas that you be letting in your house every time you kick them out be coming and spilling your tea in the hood. Shit. But I'm going to be the realest person to ever tell you. You need to get help. You need to heal that trauma. You always coming at people every time you see them happy because you got so much trauma and pain that you want to put on others. Your fans are going to gas you up while you literally lose your goddamn mind. You don't have no friends, no family, just that man in your house that lets you do drugs till you pass out so he could spend your money and buy the hood chains. I'm not throwing away my career and my endorsements going back and forth with you with words with a possessed drug addict. I'll see you when I see you. Now, some people might identify this as a read. Some people may feel like this was the sober truth that Nicki Minaj needed to hear. But honestly, I don't know where Cardi's getting her information from. Am I saying she's lying? No. Am I saying she's telling the truth? I can't. It seems that there was some sort of empathy in there, letting her know, like, I see what's going on with you. You got a lot of unprocessed trauma from your past, from your childhood. You got this dude who don't do shit for you, just sitting in your house eating pizza all day, maxing your credit card, buying chains for the hood, while you allegedly get high. But I don't know if that's what she's got going on. I don't know what kind of hold that nigga got on her ass. And I don't know what kind of hold she got on her fans for sidestepping that nigga's motherfucking conviction. But all of this shit is disgusting. But we've got more from Nicki, because she don't stop. So she also aims at Charlemagne. She says, "Charlemagne, did you put that bleaching cream on your dick too?" POTUS locked them all up. So she once again tags the president. And she says to lock up Charlemagne and her other enemies. Imagine if you called yourself Shrump the God. Oh, bitch, lock up Boring Lauren. Damn, you dissed Lauren LaRosa. And Jess with the testicles, too. Jess with the testicles is wild. They're very nasty people. Queens niggas run these niggas. Thank you. You quoting Nas like he ain't ditch your ass. 32726. She says, Billboard, you're fired. So then she shits on Billboard. She says, G. Hoberson and Doodoo James, your time is up. Now, I don't know who the fuck Doodoo James is, but I do know G. Roberson is her former manager. And she's been beefing with him for a couple years now as well. Okay? And if you want to do some background on G. Roberson, I've told y'all before, but his earliest days in this shit come from being a part of the Rockefeller team. He was an A&R at Rockefeller. Him and Big's brother Hip Hop linked up and they started a management company called Hip Hop since 1978. They went on to manage Kanye. They went on to manage Wayne. They went on to manage Drake for a period of time. They went on to manage Nicki Minaj. Okay? And I believe she fired G. Roberson. I can't pinpoint the exact year, but it was somewhere within like 2019 to 2020, 2021-ish pandemic time. She got rid of him as her management, and she's changed management a couple of times since then because she believes that everybody that she works with is not thinking of her best interest or giving information to Roc Nation or others. Goddamn, I keep clicking on this. She retweets Tasha K, which I wish to have nothing to say towards what Tasha K says. But then she also says allegedly. 32726. This crash out is her album promo. We have a crash out and we have a mildly quality photo, mild quality photo of her holding her album date. Damn, that piece up top was not supposed to be stretched out like that. Anyway, she says, Democrats, take them down. You're the all-powerful Democrats, remember? So now she's antagonizing the Democrats. Why is she shitting on the Democrats? Seems very Trumpian to me. But she tagged him in her last round of posts as well. They lost the election on purpose. Take them down. They're a curse. Take them down. I heard the Lord say it is done. Okay, Lord, thank you. We give you the honor, the glory, and the praise, Jesus. She says, child, so what's next? Oh, Barbs, I love you, I do. You're so beautiful and smart and intuitive and funny and kind and courageous and loyal and reliable and loving and caring and covered. 32726. And real quick, I want to just cover this piece in the corner because she said, Barbs, the reason they did all that to my husband is because he snatched the phone from Tubby and Webb and Welp. Y'all know Zoo. Now, when she says did all that to my husband, I'm wondering what she's alleging here. Your husband was convicted. It's well known what happened with your husband. He was convicted on a murder. He was convicted on sexual assault. He is a registered offender. Therefore, he needed to be monitored. Are you saying that they looked into the nature of his income because of that? What offense did he endure at the hands of this conversation? Allegedly. She says, y'all know Zoo. If I release that call, it's lights out. They believe that, but for my husband, I would have done that tour and album with Barney B. So they cursed themselves for life. So she says, if her husband would have, I don't know. So I guess her husband was open to Nicki doing the album with Cardi B. That's what it sounds like. But if he was open to it, did y'all not have conversations about it? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But that sounds like an alternative universe where it seems very beyond even the imagination that they would have successfully completed an album and a tour together. That shit would have went bad, even if they would have somehow agreed to do it together. I don't see it being completed. But whatever, she claims that it went bad because Zeus snatched the phone. Now, what I don't understand is why he would have been snatching the phone in a business conversation about your career anyway. Could have swore he was your security, not your management. So why the fuck would he be snatching phones and having such large say so in your career endeavors? Of course, he can have input as he is your husband, but all of this seems extremely strange to me. Just as I was wrapping this up, there's more. She says, we will boycott every company attached to her. I gotta cover this shit before she deletes it. Just like we did with BET. Every company that enabled her disgusting remarks about children and other marginalized groups for years, you have 3 days to cut ties. That is it. That is all. Enjoy your day. We have the receipts. Nicki, ain't you the same one who just a couple months ago was calling people niggas with the ER? Ain't you the one who coined the phrase black girl tragic years ago? And you said that it was not politically correct for you to say that and you shouldn't say that, but you don't give a fuck. Ain't you the one who's Trinidadian until it's time to claim your blackness when you feel you're being wronged? Just cut the shit. She says, and if you're still underestimating my influence, try me. She says, bitch, I ain't gonna lie. I've been laughing so hard for 24 hours straight. Who the fuck gonna bring this energy like good, tight hole Oniqua? They gotta move around once the queen is what? And her fans eat this shit up. I'm sorry. I just, no. She says, G Roberson, your time is up. Who I told y'all about G Roberson. She says, Cortez Bryant, your time is up. Cortez Bryant also used to co-manage her. Cortez Bryant used to also manage Wayne and Drake. He came up with Wayne. I think him and G Roberson also at one point went over to co-manage Lotto. Okay. She says, Al Branch, your time is up. Sean G, your time is up. Gene Nelson, your number has been called. Doodoo James, you shitted on yourself that night. Your time is up. I don't know who Doodoo James is for sure. She says, lots of secrets, lots and lots. Go ahead and open up Pandora's box. I thought it was already. Let it out. What's up with the threats? She didn't repost this page. Despite being and featuring 25 tracks, not a single song from Cardi B's new album, Am I the Drama, surpassed 500,000 streams on Spotify yesterday. Y'all still tracking daily streams. She says, people think that when they are federal informants, they are safe. They'll soon see that God is above every government agency man ever created. God laughs at the things man does to make himself feel safe. Your numbers have been called. She believes Jay-Z is a federal informant. This person here says, they could never make me hate you, Nicki Minaj. You saved me in ways I can't even explain. Your music carried me through some of my darkest moments. The love I have for you is deep, real, and forever. I'll stand by you no matter what. She says, God only used me to save you, my darling. I love you guys so much, you'll never fully understand. This is cult behavior. I'm sorry. She says, billionaires obsessed with my husband for years. Mad their chest looks like shriveled up ramen in the cup. They've been in the pantry for years. This is the first thing that made me laugh from Nicki. No matter how much Tybo they take, They look like a prune. Clearly, she's talking about Jay-Z. She then posts a photo with the convicted sleaze. She says effing a DL man raw and got pregnant with another monkey. You said, oh well, he all our baby daddies now. Your husband said he never liked you. Your pussy on yuck. Hubby told P years ago how ugly you look, always swollen and botched in the face from surgery. So guess what? Zoo, take my money. Yes, Zaddy. Ow. It's both our money now, Zaddy. That's definitely not the flex you want it to be. Here we have G Roberson and G Nelson, who are on her list. Here we have a retweet of Cardi on the Breakfast Club. Ugly ass monkey face bitch. Wait a minute. They say they don't want this video to be seen. Nicki says they keep removing my likes on Twitter. That's why they need bots to sell albums, because most of the support are bots. Click on their pages. Should we click on your fan pages as well? All these accounts created in 2024 and 25? Another Chucky. She retweets. Okay. Another one of her fans who retweeted her. They say they did all that smearing a Zoo name because they knew he controlled access to her. Zoo stepped in and stepped up to prevent Nicki from being used by nasty Atlantic Records and pathetic Rock Nation. Excuse me. I would love to know if there was anybody from Rock Nation in on those calls or conversations of trying to link Nicki and Cardi B together to do an album and a tour. If y'all are talking about Live Nation, that is not Rock Nation. A suit and tie doesn't make you a businessman. It's the realness in your heart. The realness in your heart doesn't make you a businessman either. What the fuck are you talking about? She says, once I saw the camel copying me and Zoo poses, I was like, ugh. She then retweets Tasha K once again. Okay, she says, don't make me reopen Nicki's brother's case. So Tasha K is trying to say that Nicki's brother was innocent. Tasha. Ooh-wee. When she's tired of the shit you say, just see what happens. Nicki says, they don't want you to know. They told me they'd make the case go away for 20 M's. They checked his home and found nothing. They found out who he was, then came back and said they found something. To God be the glory, was done in the dark. That is why she and they are now cursed. So here we have Nicki Minaj publicly now trying to say that her brother was also wrongfully convicted. Do with that what you will. She says, Jay-Z got mad that I wouldn't give him a beat that I already began legal paperwork for. The song I did with The Weeknd on Queen. She's talked about this before. He said it's Beyonce beat and Holberson just laid down and let them take it and then sue me for remaking a similar beat. Jay-Z so jealous of Nas. I was sued for hundreds of thousands over the song I did with Nas. It never saw the light of day. Casino. Your number is called. Did Jay-Z sue you for the song you did with Nas? Wasn't that a sample issue or something? Let's get into the sabotage of my tour with Future, which then became my tour with Juice WRLD, who coincidentally died on my birthday. Belt to ass on these posing ass coons. Let's go. So I don't know what the situation was between herself and Future. She says she replaced him with Juice WRLD, and he coincidentally died. I don't know if she's trying to say that they killed Juice WRLD, but what the fuck? This is the pose? Huh? Huh? This the pose you talking about? Huh? Oh, hell no. This nigga ain't even. Shouty, you done. You. Along we go. She says, when me and Nas did the shoot with the old school cars, guess who was seen taking pics in the hood in old school cars? Yeah, like you was the only one interested in old school cars. This whole culture around it. That scary hoe knew to delete that tweet about my son. She comes back. Worldwide iTunes song chart went again, number 6. Climbed up 54 spots, new peak. What? There's more? Jesus Christ. She says, Mona Scott, your time is up. Gail the goofy bitch king. So she has an issue with Mona Scott for what reason I don't know. Gail King for what reason I don't know. Probably because she sat down with both Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, not her. She says, remember when TMZ broadcast to millions that there was a petition signed by my neighbors to kick us out? Remember, it turned out to be a lie. That's a felony. TMZ, your number has been called. That's going to cost you big money. POTUS, clean this shit up. What is he going to do for you? Big Sean reveals Beyonce suggested adding Nicki Minaj to I Don't Fuck With You. Beyonce was like, that's a little disrespectful. Maybe you should put Nicki Minaj on it. And then Jay-Z was like, nah, people are gonna get it. Oh, Camel Z, miles to go before you sleep. What? You mean to tell me a casual studio conversation? Whatever, man. Everything is rooted in hate, allegedly. The government agencies, I don't know. I could be wrong. She puts a Muppet face on Jay-Z. I'm sure there will be more to come. I'm not looking further into this shit. Now that we've convened here for an hour once again, I want to go ahead and say all of this shit is horrible, deplorable. It's bad. It looks bad on both parties. The shit ain't sweet. It ain't cute. This ain't nothing to laugh about in the future. This ain't something that we're going to say, oh, we're going to do kumbaya and be like, damn, that was really fucked up. Ha ha ha. This ain't that. People in the industry get canceled for shit like this on both sides. Nicki Minaj, you went full Kanye. Because Kanye was talking shit on Jay-Z's kids. You went full Kanye. And honestly, I believe that you deserve the same treatment that Kanye received. But Republic's not going to drop you because you're too profitable for them. But you deserve it. If any of their partnerships, Cardi B as well, because she acknowledged that she didn't want to lose her career or her endorsements by going back and forth with you further. If anyone, if Live Nation decided they wanted to cancel the tour, I wouldn't like it because money is invested into it, but I couldn't be too mad at the executive decision because of how low that y'all stooped. Both. Yes, I understand defending your kids. If somebody brings up your kids, you're going to say whatever the fuck you want to. You're going to drag them down to hell. All that shit is logical. It sounds good. But from the outside looking in, nobody comes out of this bitch looking good. Nobody comes out of this shit looking righteous. And the very same thing that I'm saying, the Barbs are saying about Cardi B, that she needs to be canceled, that she needs to be. So I don't want to hear no shit. And I want to say for both fan bases, if y'all co-sign the things that they said about each other, I do not agree with you. I don't agree with talking about culture or Cardi's kids. I do not agree with talking about Papa Bear or whatever his real name is. That shit should be off the table. That shit is inexcusable. I don't give a fuck who you like or who your alliance is with. Y'all should be in both of their mentions, letting them know how poor their behavior is. I don't give a fuck. If this was just some rap battle shit and they want to talk about each other's hair or all that other shit, that shit would be above the board. We were fine with that. When JT was on the bullshit talking about Rick Owens and all that bullshit, it was all good. This ain't entertainment. They're alleging that they want to fight, they want to link up and get down and dirty with this shit. This ain't gonna be good. Because both parties are affiliated with their own street gang. So once them flunkies get involved, all bets is off about who's in the right, who's in the wrong, who said this, who said that. When shots start firing and shit like that starts happening, that's when this shit goes too far. If it's just music, if it's just entertainment, cool. This shit that they doing now, I don't co-sign either one. So that's where I stand on this. And I'm sure more has transpired in the time that it took for me to actually create this video. But I don't wish to dedicate any more time from my life today towards finding it. I'll see it when I see it. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all later. I do believe that Nicki Minaj has tarnished her legacy. I do believe that there's going to be some people out there that are willing to not say anything, to stay in connection with her, to hope for an interview that you're never going to get. But for most general people, for her to initiate this type of behavior, she should be shunned. It's just what it is. And if you don't like it, you want to unsubscribe from the channel, you don't want to tune in to me no more, best wishes. I'll see y'all later, though. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had